Hi everyone, I thought I'd read you a story today. Mog the Forgetful Cat by Judith Kerr. I hope you can see it properly. Hope you're all well. Mog the Forgetful Cat. Once there was a cat called Mog. She lived with her family called Thomas. Mog was nice but not very clever. She didn't understand a lot of things, and a lot of things she forgot. She was a very forgetful cat. Sometimes she ate her supper and then she forgot that she'd eaten it. Sometimes she thought of something in the middle of washing her leg. Then she forgot to wash the rest of it. Once she forgot that cats don't fly. Oh no. But most of all, she forgot her cat flap. The cat flap led from the kitchen into the garden. Mog thought Mog could go out and in again. It was her own little door. The garden was always very exciting. She smelled all the smells and chased the birds. She climbed the trees. She ran round and round with a big fluffed up tail, and then she forgot the cat flap. She forgot that she had a cat flap. She wanted to go back in the house, but she couldn't remember how. Oh no, Mog. And then, in the end, she sat outside the kitchen window and she meowed until someone let her in. Can you do a good meow? Let's hear it. Wow. Meow. Afterwards, you could always tell where she'd sat. This made Mr. Thomas very sad, and he said, "Bother that cat." But Debbie said, "She's nice." Once Mog had a very bad day. Even the start of the day was bad. Mog was still asleep and Nicky picked her up. He hugged her and he said, "Nice kitty." Mog said nothing. She was not happy. Then it was breakfast time. Mog forgot that cats have milk for breakfast. She forgot that cats only have eggs for a treat. Then she ate an egg for breakfast. Mrs. Thomas said, "Bother that cat." Debbie said, "Nicky doesn't like eggs anyway." Mog looked through the cat flap. It was raining in the garden. Mog thought, perhaps the sun's shining in the street. When the milkman came, she ran out. The milkman shut the door. The sun was not shining in the street after all. It was raining and a big dog came down the street. Mog ran. The dog ran too. Mog ran right around the house. The dog ran after her. She climbed over the fence. She ran through the garden, jumped up outside the kitchen window, and she meowed the biggest meow, very sudden and very loud. Let's hear your meow again. Very good. Mrs. Thomas said, "Bother that cat." And Debbie said, "It wasn't her fault." Oh. Mog was very sleepy. She found a nice, warm, soft place. And she had a lovely dream. Mog dreamed she had wings. She could fly everywhere. She could fly faster than the birds, even quite big birds. And then suddenly she woke up. Oh no. What was she sleeping on? Mrs. Thomas said, "Bother that cat." Debbie said, "I think you look nicer without it." Debbie gave Mog her supper and Mog ate it all up. Then Debbie and Nicky went to bed. What's happening here? Mog had a rest too. But Mr. Thomas wanted to see the fight. Mr. Thomas said, "Bother that cat." Mog thought, nobody likes me. Mog thought, Debbie likes me. Debbie's door was open. Debbie's bed was warm. Debbie's hair was soft like kitten fur. Mog forgot that Debbie was not a kitten. Look, he's in her bed. Debbie had a dream. It was a bad dream. It was a bad dream about a tiger. The tiger wanted to eat Debbie. It was licking her hair. It was licking her hair. Debbie woke up. She shouted. Mr. and Mrs. Thomas said, "Bother, bother, bother that cat." And Debbie said nothing. She was still crying because of the bad dream. Mog ran out the room, right through the house and out of her cat flap. She was very sad. The garden was dark. The house was dark too. Mog sat in the dark and she thought dark thoughts. She thought, nobody likes me.